Hello and welcome. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Hello, Ruth. How are you?
Pretty good. Tired. I worked the night shift. I just got
Oh man.
eating.
Oh man. Ruth Creedon. Am I pronouncing that right? Okay.
Mhm.
Ruth Creedon. Just making sure that I know who's here. And then I have somebody else, but I can't see your name. It says Samson. If you can tell me your
It's
name.
Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Hey.
Hey, I saw Amber earlier today. And Amber is here. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and start. And as the other students come in, I'll just let them in as they come. Sometimes these meetings, actually, I have to record this one. This meeting, I don't have a lot of students because it's during the day and I know people are working. So let's make sure. Oh, we are recording. Okay, we are recording because I do send out this welcome call after we're done. So anyways, I want to start by welcoming you guys to the hemodialysis program. We have nurses and we have technicians going through this program. You guys already know me. I'm Magda. I'm going to be your instructor throughout this the training. And so this first call is more to go over, make sure that you guys understand everything that you have to complete inside of the modules, and then answer any questions if you may have. Any questions, we're going to take this first call for that. And then throughout the course, we used to do what is called office hours every week, but not a lot of people could come every week. Then we switched it to every 2 weeks to see if people would come. Then we took it away, but I don't like to go through the entire online period of the class without like getting in touch with you guys, seeing you guys, being available and answering questions. So we're gonna go back to the every other week. If you guys can come, I'm gonna send out the invitations. If you guys can come, that's fine. If not, I'll send out the recording. There's also a way that you can communicate with me directly, which I'm gonna show in a minute. But before we move on, I want to make sure, Ruth, you are taking the class as a nurse,
Mhm.
okay? And then Amber, you are taking the class as a technician. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share my screen. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and we'll go from there. Okay. Allow. Which screen am I sharing? Can you guys see my screen? It says
Yeah.
Zoom. Yes, okay. So now from here, let me move to what I want to show you. I want to show you this. Okay. So inside of what we call the student platform, the online student platform, you have access to two different modules, set of modules anyway. And the first one is the welcome modules. Those were available to you when you registered so that you could go over them, um, mm, kind of get your feet wet and go over some orientation that we had there. And I'm going to go over that in a minute. And then you also have the training modules. So the training modules, we're going to spend most of our time here on the training modules because that's where your classes will show up or will open up every week. So let me go back to the welcome modules. And let me talk a little bit about what's in here. So every chapter, these chapters, we call them lectures. Okay. Even if it's not a class in there, it's called lectures. So the lectures, in each lecture, every module will have multiple lectures. So I just want to go, I'm not going to open these because I think you probably already opened it. And if you didn't, just come back. It talks about the welcome call, the payments if you're in on the payment plan. The class schedule is there. So there's a calendar that shows you when things are opening up, the dates exactly, and how long you have to complete it. If it's a week or if it's 2 weeks, etc. Then we have a communication format for this course. Actually, that one I want to open it because there's a link here. This link, which is also at the end of every module, I'm going to have the same link. And I'm actually going to have the form there, embedded there. It's going to be open. If you have any questions, you can write them there and submit it, and that'll come to me. If you don't have any questions, you don't have to submit anything. So let's go to the modules, what I call module 0. That is like the introduction to dialysis. Okay, so that is talking about how was dialysis started here in the United States, who pays for dialysis, etc. This is not for grading. This is for your information, and I was hoping this could prepare you for the class. But every class is going to have, it's going to be the same format for every class. So you're going to have the initial topic, and that topic will have a video, okay, like this. Then you're going to have flashcards. The flashcards are going to help you with the vocabulary because when you enter like a new area in health, we have technical words in that particular area, and you may not be familiar with all those words. So I try to put vocabulary words in here so that you can start getting familiar with it. So these flashcards will help you learn the meaning of those words. You can actually change the study mode of these flashcards. For example, this here, it says main job of the kidney, homeostasis, balance, and then you can change the study mode over here. You can do like match. For example, if I want to start a game, I have everything here and I can just start choosing. Like, for example, AVF is arterial venous fistula. They become green and they disappear. If I choose something that is not the correct answer, let me see, I'm going to choose these two. It'll give you like the orange, it'll wiggle and it will not go away. So that will tell you, no, that wasn't the right answer. So you can play with this and you can actually choose different settings or formats. You can choose the match, the learn, you can even test yourself. Okay, so this is like additional stuff that you will have in each of those modules. These are not for grading. The graded quiz will be labeled specifically, this is the graded quiz, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Then every module will have a practice quiz before you before you take the graded quiz. And then this is what I was talking about. This is the form I was talking about, that if you have any questions, this is where you fill this out, write down your question, and send it to us. Okay. Most times, if I see a repeated question, I'll just make a quick video and send everyone the response in a video. If I feel it's like more like a personal question, I'll just reply to you in an email. Okay. But if I feel that it can apply to other people, I'll reply as a video. Then inside of the welcome modules, we have a little part that talks about the vision board. I want to encourage you to go through this, to go through that, look at that video and actually go through this exercise because it does help a lot. Many students that complete this part at the end, we go back to the vision board and they realize, oh my God, yes, I accomplished the things that I said that I was gonna accomplish in a short term. So this one will be talking about your goals short term, 6 month, and then a little longer, a year, and then long term, we're talking about 3 years. So how do you see yourself? But all of the instructions are in there and the instructions to go over the exercise as well. You do not have to send this to me. If you want to share it, you're welcome to share it. And I give some room and underneath this video for you to share your vision board because I do believe that if you share it with other people, now you have witnesses to that and it helps you accomplish whatever it is your goal that you put down, that you decided and put down on the board. And then of course, again, we have that form. So that is it with the welcome modules. That was just more to get you used to how the modules work. Let's go to the training part. These are the training modules. Now, the training modules start with the calendar again. So here is the calendar. It also has a little click here where you can click it and it'll give you the PDF in case you want to print it out or something like that, but you will have it here. And it tells you week one. See, you guys are in week one. The module that opens is module one, and that module is the person with kidney failure, and then you have 1 week to complete. So this is really, really good in case you're feeling a little lost and you don't know what's the next topic. So you can go here. Then we go into week one, which is the first module. So in this first module, again, there's a little introduction. Every module will have these. These are the worksheets. If you cannot print them out, do not delay the completion of your module because of that. You can still download them. And I do believe, I think I added in the last course, somebody was asking if I could add like, yeah, I did add it, like the space, the fill in the blank thing where you can add stuff so that you didn't have to print it. And I did that. So this one is working, see? You can click on it. You can save this to your equipment, to your computer, or I don't think this fill in the blank works on the phone. It has to be laptop, computer, mobile devices. I don't think it works, but you can save it to your computer. And then as you listen to the lecture, you can go through these worksheets and then fill in the blanks of it and just save it because at the end, this will help you study. This will help you study for your test and also for your final test. You will have a midterm test. So the big test, you're going to have just two. One midterm test, and then the final test or exam. Okay. Those are going to be the big ones. The other ones are going to be quizzes, like maybe 15 to 20 questions. And then on week 4, there's going to be a work, like a project. And that project includes you making slides, but everything is detailed in there and all of the instructions. All you need to do is really follow the instructions because I even add the rubric that I use to grade that work. But anyway, coming back to this first module, you will have your sheets in here. And if you still don't have the book, I know Amber, you have it. I don't know, Ruth, if you have it yet, but communicate with Renato, which is you've been talking to him. That's the person that been talking to you since the beginning and make arrangements to see about your book. But in the meantime, there are 2 chapters in here of that book. So you can use this and the worksheets, those are going to be enough for you to complete this module and the next module. So again, you have the lecture here, you're going to have the flashcards, you're going to have the practice quiz, and so on. This module has 2 topics. So you can go through the topics, and then again, you're going to have the practice quiz. Then I have in almost every module, I added a lecture that talks about additional resources for this module. I tried to find like additional videos that were shorter, that were very informative and will complement what you learned during this module. And I feel like these do that. So don't skip this part because I think it'll help you understand, like bring the information home and understand everything better. Let's see. And then we have a little section where it's clarification and reminders. This is what you need to do in this module. And then you have to complete the quiz, and the quiz has to be completed by Sunday midnight. So every work, every exam, every quiz that you need to complete, you will have until Sunday, and the deadline is at midnight. Okay. Then with every module, you will have a checklist. So that checklist, you go through the checklist to make sure that you completed everything. And that's basically it. And then after that, you'll have that form in case you have any questions. Now, you see me clicking over here on the side. I really don't want you to do that. Don't click on the side. I want you to click the button that says complete, this button over here. Let me move myself. This blue button over here on the top, that's the button that you're going to click. Click on it so that it completes that lecture and so that the percentage of completion starts accumulating, starts increasing. So if I click on that, you see how this changed from 0 to 1%. And so that is going to be counting towards your completion of this entire module. And at the end, you will see, okay, this page is marked that's complete. It means that I went through it already. Okay, let me move on. Okay. And on my end, I can see on my dashboard, I can see your activity. So I can see that you completed that lecture, that you completed this other lecture. If there's a lecture that you skip, I can see that too. So just make sure that you click on that. And that's basically it. It's not really difficult to navigate in here. It's not difficult at all. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, it's not really difficult to navigate inside of there. It's just that you have to schedule time on your calendar so that you can go over the things that are in there. And again, don't stay with any doubt. If you need clarification of something, just write to me and then I'll respond with that. Okay. Um, so now I want to open up for any questions that you guys may have. Any questions? Comments?
I was trying to print out the PowerPoint from the first module, but it
And you,
doesn't.
okay,
No.
let's see. Let me go back. I'm gonna share again. Let's see. Okay. Module 1. So are you talking about these? About the worksheets?
In the welcome module, there was
Oh, in the welcome modules. Let's go back. Welcome modules.
at the end when it talks about the
Oh, yes. You couldn't print these out? Oh,
it
the
doesn't
link
use-
is not there. Okay, okay. I am going to add the link to this. I wonder why the link is not there. I probably confused it with this link here. Yeah, it doesn't have the link, but that's just a button that I have to activate on my end. I will do that. I will toggle that button so that you're able to print it out. So as soon as we're done here, I'll go back and I'll
and then once I finish that module, the next module doesn't open into the following Monday, correct? We cannot go ahead if I'm done with the.
No, it'll open as it's scheduled. It's called Drip. because this class has to be like in a certain, like in an organized way. It has to be a weekly. I have to make sure that that we're going together. And I have to make sure that I'm giving time because we have to comply with hours for this class. If I let you just go through the whole thing, you're probably going to finish it in a week or two. Or two, whenever you have time, okay? So we really have to comply with the time that we're supposed to spend during the class. So if you already finished the module number 1, I encourage you to go back, read again, see if you have any other questions, play with the little flashcards for the vocabulary and stuff like that. But yeah, it's going to be in a weekly basis that it opens. You have any other question?
Haven't get my book yet.
Did you speak with Renato?
He was supposed to send it, he said, on Tuesday.
He was sending
I'm in-
books.
Yeah, I'm in New York right now because I'm in the contract
Yeah.
and I give the address of where I need to get the book at. So I was just wondering if he did come and would it take for me to get the book?
I think he was sending out books. I saw him sending out books. I did not ask him who those books were for, but if you already spoke to him and you guys already talked about the address in New York and all that, he's working on that.
Okay.
And you should get it. You should get it in a couple of days. In the meantime, you can use that the chapters that are there. Okay. Do you have any other questions, Ruth?
No, not really. Thank you.
What area are you working at? You say you're working in New York, you are under a contract?
Yes. So
What do you do?
I'm a traveler and I'm in acute care. So I do progressive.
Acute care. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So you get a lot of dialysis patients, don't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
And as a dialysis nurse, if you're still interested in travel, you can also do travel for dialysis.
that's the goal.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Okay. I love that. Okay. Amber, do you have any questions?
Not right now. Maybe later.
Just send me that form if you have any questions. But guys, enjoy the program. I do believe, we've been offering this program for 13 years now, and I do believe people grow in knowledge with the information that's in there. Even though, like for example, Ruth, you've been in nursing and all that. I love when you guys come through, the nurses come through, because there is always one part of this that you're like, oh my God, that is why this and this and this. So I'm looking forward to hear those aha moments from you. And Amber, the same. You're a CNA, so you're also exposed to this type of patient. So I'm also looking forward for your aha moments and your understandings. Oh, that's why we can't do, or that's why we do this with these type of patients, because
Yes.
the dialysis and the renal patients, this is a whole new ball game, like I remember when I used to work in the hospitals, nurses would not like to work with renal and dialysis patients because of the complication, how complicated they were. But then we swim into these topics and we were like, oh, now I understand better. And it increases the confidence too. And it helps, like it takes a special person to be able to work with these patients. And so they do need it. They do need it. But anyways, I hope you enjoy the class, the program. And I can't wait to see you guys during practices. Either it's the intensive or if it's the 8 weeks, whatever it is, I can't wait to see you guys. And again, if you have any questions, just send them to me through the form, okay?
All right.
And if you need to communicate with us at the school, you can call. If you cannot get through calls, then you can send a text to the same number because that number receives text or email. But somehow get a hold of us and we're gonna contact you back. Okay? Because sometimes if
Okay.
we're on the phone with somebody else, we can miss that call. Just if you feel like, okay, they're not answering, let me send them a text and say, I need to speak to someone. This is, say, Ruth. Call me please at this number. And so that we can respond to you, okay? Okay, guys, we'll see you
Okay.
next time. As I said, I'm gonna be sending invites here and there to come. If you can come to our meeting, do so. If not, I'll send out recordings.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.